Welcome to Game Make Corp, a bi-weekly podcast where we reach into the imagosphere and pull out the next great game idea. I am the CEO of Game Make Corp, Bryce.
And I'm the CEO of Game Make Corp, Beckers.
Last time on this podcast, we made bees on the battlefield. How'd that do?
Last time we made bees.
On the battlefield.
On the battlefield. Damn it. You were supposed to say like anything but that. And then I was going to interrupt you to say the on the battlefield part. So you just are, it's already ruined. Anyway.
How'd it do?
How'd it do?
Do you know what it was?
The people like bees.
Tell me
Tell me what
the game was.
I remember it was your idea. And then I put bees in it, and now it's different. It's bees. It did average.
Which is appropriate because yours was about putting bees in places they shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's like it's breaking a wall of some kind.
Yep. Did you know
to put bees in it?
Oh, okay. Did you know game ideas are just dreams that live in your house? Bring them to our house using the hashtag GameMakeCorp on Twitter. Thank you.
Tie them to a bee and send the bee to our
house. Beckers, I heard you're the vice president.
I'm a vice president.
Does that
something?
Does that mean you're not the CEO anymore?
I'm a vice president of something else, and I'm a CEO also of this.
Ah.
I'm the vice president of a rugby club. So, that might shock you, but the answer is yes. I could beat you up.
Just because you're a big fan of rugby?
I play it.
Then why?
I had pracky yesterday, dude.
Pracky?
Pracky.
What is wrong with you? She's trying to flex, but it looks like nothing.
Shut your mouth. I haven't even rolled my sleeves up yet. There, look at that definition. I'm going to start putting makeup on my arms like people do when they cosplay a character with abs and they don't have any. I'm going to put makeup all over my arms to make my muscles look defined.
Will that make you better at rugby?
Yeah.
I heard rugby, like no one knows how to play it. Is that true?
I know how.
Is this a cold open?
This is our cold open.
Okay.
I told Bryce we should do cold opens.
How's it going?
I don't know. It doesn't feel cold enough.
Put some ice in your mouth while you listen to this podcast.
Yeah. Maybe we should do a cold open for our next Christmas episode.
Maybe. And
it'll be themed.
We'll
do a cold open and then we'll talk about popsicles.
We'll do it. We'll podcast from the snow. I have a video game idea, and
finally,
and it's about Star Wars Episode 1: Revenge of the Sith. Before the Sith were around, technically the first Sith. Anyway, it's real confusing how the Sith work. But you know what's real easy and fun about Episode 1 Star Wars?
No.
Pod racing.
Oh.
So wait, you haven't seen it though, have you?
Yes, I have. I've seen all of them once.
Okay. Do you remember the pod racing?
Yeah, and I had the video game.
Yes. Okay,
yes,
you said that. I haven't had the video game. I've seen the movie. I saw the movie just recently because
I had the pod racing video game. So I know about pod racing more than any other part of Star Wars.
Can you build your own pod in that video game?
Yeah, you can.
From different parts? Or do you just like select them?
You upgrade each part of your pod.
Okay. Well, I want to do that, but
also you want to make a game that already exists.
Yes, but I want to make it better in every possible way.
Impossible.
First, Little Orphan Annie's there. That's a requirement. Both versions, both sand version and redhead version. They're both there.
Wait, what?
Anakin, Little Orphan Annie, and then also there's the movie Annie.
Oh, there's a new Annie. So I was like, sand? I don't get it. The new Annie has nothing to do with sand. I don't get what you're trying to say. Okay, so we're going classic Annie.
Yeah. Old-timey Annie. And then also redhead Annie. They're both there. Because Star Wars took place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Okay. So you've got that. Okay, you know how there's video games where you like build a car and take apart a car and all that?
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
I assume.
You build it from. So some call it Grand Theft Auto, some call it building a car all at once from somebody else's possession.
Okay.
Anyway, I want to build it one part. I'm thinking like car mechanic simulator, but sure, Grand Theft Auto. Anyway, I want to do that.
Theft Auto.
I want
all the way.
I want every part of the pod racers simulated because if you remember,
Did you say simulated or stimulated?
Both at the same time, because if you don't stimulate your pod racer before, it's not going to go the way you want fast.
It's not going to be. You have to.
Go on. I'm excited to hear what you're trying to communicate.
I'm not anymore.
Say it. Say it with your bad mouth.
You can't just start cold. You have to ease into it, you know? You can't just start racing. You got to stimulate it a little first. That's all. That's all I was going to say.
That's worse than I thought it could be.
Yeah, and that was the toned down version. So
anyway,
that's why I wanted out.
Anyway, so you know in the hit movie Star Wars Episode 1, Little Orphan Annie, Sebulba, the star of the movie, comes up to Annie and breaks off his smorble, and then later in the race, the smorble like comes off, and then his tank's all jacked, and he has to figure out how to fly good. There's a little part hanging off that we don't know what it does, but in our video game,
we know what it does.
Gonna do stuff, and you're gonna have to learn about every part of a pod racer because you're gonna be building it. I think what's gonna happen is that you're gonna be able to get a junker pod racer from the start, and then you can enter in races to get money, and then you go to the junk shop. Like, if you're real,
and you put the junk in your trunk.
Sure, except pod racers don't have trunks, unless
that's what you thought.
Okay. So pod racing. Okay, so if you're a bad gamer, you can save up your money and just buy a new pod racer that's some like factory made. But
how do you get money though if you don't have a racer to race?
I like when Beckers doesn't listen to the words I say and then just comes up with her own thing, because I had already said you start off with a bad one and then you do races.
Yeah.
Okay. See, you have one. It's not very good, and you can.
So you're never gonna win any races.
I mean,
what are you gonna do? Stand on the street doing car washes to get money so you can buy a brand new pod racer? That's ridiculous, Bryce.
Maybe a friendly Jedi will come along and do stuff. Also, can we talk about for a second how Watto put up the money to get Anakin in the race, but also bet all his money against Anakin? Why did you put the kid in the race if you thought he wasn't going to win? How did it benefit you in any way? I don't think you understand how betting works, or entering kids in pod racing competitions works.
I can't come up with a good reason. He's just an idiot.
He kind of is. That's why in episode 3 you see him homeless and sad. But in episode 4, he's not there at all.
So with the viewer is left to assume that he's dead.
No, it just wasn't plot relevant.
I know. That's why it was a dumb. You're a dumb.
Thanks. Okay, so anyway, you could save up money to buy a brand new pod racer, but you're a jerk and you shouldn't do that. Instead, you can go. Ooh. Okay, I got it. I've got it. So you can go to the shop and buy like, hey, I need a new combustor relay and stuff, and then you can upgrade your individual parts, and then like you can build a whole new pod racer from parts and blah blah blah, and then you've got stuff to worry about of like the weight, the speed, the bigness. Like if it's big, you're gonna have trouble dodging stuff. It weighs too much. It's gonna be hard to maneuver and all this stuff. But what you can do during this race is, like the great Sebulba, the greatest pod racer to ever live, you can smash up the other vehicles, and that's just free parts. Those are just yours now. So you can do that. And that's part of the video game. And then also you can
go to the pod racing yard at night with a baseball bat and smash them up.
Oh, also, okay. So once you get to the base level shit, and you're just, I don't know, going around like a go-kart thing. It's the rookie league. But once you get to the real pod racing stadiums, you get some new options available to you. Maybe you hire some Tusken Raiders to take some pot shots at the other kids and stuff, and maybe hire some sexy ladies to blow kisses at the other racers to distract them.
That seems like it would work.
Complex simulation. It's a massively multiplayer RPG.
So you race against other real life people.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Are you saying aliens aren't people?
Yes.
That's a hot take. Beckers, do you have a game idea? My game is called Now That's What I Call Pod Racing 2020.
2K20. Doesn't work as good. 2K19 was way better. Dang it. Alright, here's my game.
Okay.
My game. So, have you heard of Spider-Man before?
Is that like Peter Parker?
Yeah.
Like,
or Miles Morales, or any Spider-Man. There have literally been like a dozen Spider-Man movies.
Name one Spider-Man that isn't Peter Parker or Miles Morales or Gwen Stacy.
Peter Parker.
Damn it, I should have said anybody in
the Spider-Verse movie?
Yeah.
You should have thought about that.
See, I was gonna accept Spider-Man 2099. He's technically appeared in there, but I bet you didn't know his name, so.
There's also Penny Parker.
Yep.
And then there was Spider-Man War.
Yeah.
Which I think that was it.
I mean, I think his name is Peter Parker, but the comic book is Spider-Man Noir. Did you know that I own that comic book?
I do now.
Okay. Do you want me to get it?
No, we're trying to podcast right now, Bryce.
Do you want to tell me about Spider-Man?
All right, so you're familiar with Spider-Man. Are you familiar with Manspider? You aren't, because I just made it up.
Do you want to bet?
Don't. Just don't.
Okay, then tell me about yours.
Yeah. So I'm going to make a game about a spider that was bitten by a radioactive human.
Yeah.
And it becomes a human-themed superhero for spiders.
Isn't that literally Peter Parker?
No.
I guess he was bitten by a radioactive pig.
No. he is a pig that was bitten by a radioactive spider.
Would you like to place money on that?
I don't give a shit. That's not what we're talking about.
Okay.
We are playing Manspider.
Okay, go ahead.
This is a spider who was bitten by a radioactive human.
Okay.
And he's going to gain all of the powers of a human.
Like?
Thumbs.
Okay.
He's going to have thumbs. And that is actually like a huge superpower for spiders, dude. Like, he's going to be able to do stuff like find motor movements.
I feel like spiders are actually very good at using their hand. What is a spider appendage called?
A leg?
Are they all legs? Because like I feel like some of them should be hands.
Yes. They're all legs. What do you mean? What do you mean are they all legs?
Because
they don't have any hands. They don't have fingers.
Because they pick
They're
things.
all legs.
They pick things up with some of them.
A spider has 8 legs. Can you not pick things up with your legs? Yes, you can.
Sure.
But you also have to stand on your legs, so you don't. Spiders, they can stand on only 6 of their legs and pick things up with 2 of their legs, so they can pick things up with their legs, but they're still legs, Bryce.
I feel like those should be hands then.
No, they are legs.
They are I'm calling the scientists, and I vote their hands. Everybody,
I just got off the phone with the scientists.
Everybody, please tweet.
Bill Nye.
Spider hand. Hashtag spider hands. Hashtag GameMate Corp. Hashtag spider hands.
You're gonna lose this one. Every time you do this, the people side with me. Because you're wrong. Spiders have 8 legs. That's a fact. They do not have 6 legs and 2 hands. That's dumb.
How many hands or how many legs can they pick things up with?
All of them, probably. I don't know.
Okay.
All of them.
Hashtag spider hands.
They just use the front ones because they're in front of their many eyes.
It should probably be a Twitter poll. I'm gonna probably do a Twitter poll.
Yeah, we're doing a Twitter poll. God,
okay.
You idiot.
Tell me. Okay.
Thumbs.
Yeah, they got thumbs. What else they got?
It's gonna be smarter.
Okay.
It's gonna have the ability to use tools.
Can it
spiders can't do that.
Can it spell out words in an attempt to save a pig from being eaten?
No, because that's already a spider power.
Okay.
Well, like it could, but it could have before.
Just all spiders can do it. They just choose not to.
Manspider and Peter Porker are best friends.
Okay. Is it
because
red?
Peter Porker was gonna be pork.
Okay, that's how that works.
Until the Manspider, whose name is what, Bryce?
Peter.
Spider. Peter Leggy Boy. Leggy Boy Parker.
Weber Weberschnems.
Weber
Wab'ems up.
Web 'em up.
Web 'em up, Weber Web'ems.
Web 'em up, Weber. Okay.
Or as the kids call them, webs. Webhead.
Webby boy. And
Webster.
when he become, what's his superhero name?
Can he be Webster? Can he be Webster? Please let him be Webster.
Webster Weber. Just go with it. Just go with it, Bryce. I have an idea.
Okay, Webster Weber. What?
All right, so what's his superhero name? Wrong, it's Manspider. We already decided that. God. And his Uncle Ben died.
What?
His Uncle Ben Weber.
Okay, but fine.
It's the same backstory, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I was trying to figure out if there could be some sort of spider relation to it.
How did he die?
I would assume got hit with a rolled up newspaper. Which is why Webster went into journalism and became a photographer.
You're so smart, dude. Because he wanted better pictures to hit his family.
What the fuck?
When the rolled up newspaper slapped them into death. What other human powers?
No. Okay, I have a better.
Okay.
Who is his villains?
What are spider villains?
I mean, rolled up newspapers.
But, like, that's like saying Doc Ock isn't the villain, it's the
Tentacles?
arms.
I mean...
You see, when it's an octopus, they're arms, but when it's a spider, they're legs.
Actually, it's been said that his arms actually have a mind of their own, and they're actually took over and are controlling.
Well, then that was a very poor metaphor, wasn't it?
Yeah, that'll happen.
That's my bad.
Depends on Becker's decide to enter the realm of comic books, and little did she know that this is my territory where I live. And I eat my breakfast here.
Do you live where Manspider does? Because in the Spider universe, there's a villain who's not Doc Octopus. It's Prof. Smirnoff, and he's drunk. That's his issue. That's why he's a villain. Drinks Smirnoff exclusively, and that's his villain power is he spits out alcohol and lights it on fire. And spiders don't deal well with fire.
But Spider loves alcohol. They hate fire, love alcohol. True story. I feel like you are neither an expert on spiders or Spider-Man or...
I don't need to be an expert on Spider-Man because that's not what we're talking about.
Taco seasoning.
I'm certainly not an expert on taco seasoning. Okay. So Prof. Smirnoff is one of the villains.
Yep.
And then there's going to be the Green Gremlin.
Why?
Because that is similar but not the same to Goblin.
I mean, okay.
And then there's going to be other ones.
Shouldn't it be more spider? Shouldn't we focus on the fact that he's a spider and not just be ripping off Spider-Man's whole thing?
Bryce.
What? Birds. Birds are the enemies of spiders.
Excellent. So the Vulture is going to be a very good crossover villain, isn't it?
He's also there, yes.
So, got him. I can do both. I can focus on spiders and rip off Spider-Man.
Is Manspider a hero or a villain?
Hero, duh.
Okay.
Well, it depends. He's actually a villain to humans.
Is
scary.
Is he an anti-hero?
No.
Is he an anti-toxin?
Yes, because when he was bitten by the radioactive human, the human was actually a scientist. That's how he got all radioactive. And that's why he got crazy enough to bite a spider. What
flavor radiation did he have?
Apple.
I don't think that's an option.
You said flavor.
Okay.
I feel like apple, alpha.
Yep.
Alpha apple.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gamma. Not a Hulk. Bruce Banner bit him.
He just got hulked out and be like, I'm gonna take just a little nibble. Just a little nibble of this spider. A little nibble.
Just a little like It's gonna have to be a pretty big spider even then. Just to not lose a leg.
What part of the spider got bit?
Just like his leg.
Did he keep the leg?
He kept the leg. It was literally just like a tap with the teeth, just like a. He thought he wanted to see if he could make a radioactive spider.
Maybe it was a lick. Maybe got a little spider lick.
Spider lick. Gonna make a spider into a superhero.
Yep. How do you play this game, and why should anybody interact with this entertainment?
How do you play this game? It's going to be exactly like the new Spider-Man game for PS4, but instead it's what we've been talking about.
Okay.
So, easy.
Who's the love interest?
Harry Jane. She's a tarantula.
Okay. Do they speak English?
They speak with a series of clicking from their pincers.
Okay, so they still speak spider.
Yeah, but Manspider is bilingual.
So do they speak English?
Only he
They.
speaks English. He has a lot of eyes, but he's only got one soul.
Okay. Good to know.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to tell me about this before we say things that aren't this?
I just really like the fact that Bruce Banner bit him. I think that was like, let me just chef's kiss. That was good.
It was a fine thing that people can say. I'm spent. You know what's a fine thing that people can say?
I like your hair.
My hair's real bad, but
I'm not talking about yours. That's an example.
Okay, well, another fine thing that people can say is I'm a Last Geek patron, and there are people who are.
Yes.
Did you want to tell about it, or am I going to continue talking?
I'm going to tell about it.
Okay, then
because they want to hear from me. Aaron C. and Alex Weber. No relation to Webster Weber.
Or maybe the character was based on them, and if you become a patron, maybe we'll base
We made this whole game for you, Alex Weber. This totally related. And that's why we named him Webster Weber. So, think about that. Thank you for your service. And because money is the greatest way to show that you love somebody. So, yeah.
And podcasts are people now.
Yeah. And I have a special deal. And I haven't cleared this with Bryce. So it's even better. If somebody new subscribes as a patron within 30 days of the day that this podcast airs, I will spend the next podcast saying that's what she said at every opportunity.
Okay, then.
And that's all. That's my special deal.
What if like two people do it?
That's what she said.
Oh, that is okay. Little preview of
little preview.
That's what you can expect. Did you tell people how to Patreon?
Go to patreon.com/lastgeek and then sign up, click the button, say GameMateCorp is thebomb.com. And if you put in $5, then you can get a shout out, which I think is the right amount of money. If you put in $5, a shout out pops out.
I was legally required to go to thebomb.com, and I'm very intrigued at what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Welcome to thebomb.com. We've gone nuclear. Thebomb.com is real, and it's under development. We've decided to launch before it's complete, so don't expect perfection yet. In fact, we encourage you to expect a disaster. We love for you to participate. You can completely comment publicly on the site to tell us what you like and don't like, or just say what's up. This is a project we want you to be part of. Enter the construction. What am I looking at? Please tell me. Okay, I'm seeing a kitchen. I'm seeing a different kitchen. Welcome to thebomb.com. Bomb diggity internet stuff. Don't touch this button. The 10 kitchen updates that will make you feel like you bought something. 2 titles of a story title of.
Aww. They donate 90% of all of their proceeds to education.
There's a onesie that looks like a bomb. There's socks that look like...
Only from the education category.
What What am I? Whatever you do, do not visit notthebomb.com. I am thebomb.com, and that website is notthebomb.com. I feel like this is some deep alternate reality game stuff that I can't quite wrap my head around. But
what the hell? And then there's clickbait articles.
Oh my, did you go to notthebomb.com? Because
yeah, I did. I feel like we shouldn't include most of this on the podcast, and let's just go here if you want to be disappointed, because
I feel like it needs to be included because this is breaking me a little bit.
Well, okay, there's several clickbait articles, but if you click them, they're not real. Like, these 10 kitchen updates will make you feel like you bought a whole new house. Number 1, open shelving. And then it says, lorem ipsum dolorsit amet, whatever. That whole nonsense that people put in when they're just trying to fill words. It's in there. Like, yeah. This whole website is nothing but an empty shell. It's like a ghost in a shell.
Is this an alternate reality game?
No.
Do you have an idea what an alternate reality game is?
No.
Can I buy the bomb socks?
Yes.
Is this all an elaborate ruse to sell merchandise?
Yes. Oh, whoa, hold on.
Wait, did you crack the code?
I just found a fanny pack.
Okay.
And it's actually like a really cool fanny pack.
She cracked the code. She found the fanny pack. Oh, actually, yep, I also found the fanny pack.
Right? It's cool,
a smile.
Though.
That's actually, they actually, you know what? This website's all worth it. They did it.
#ad.
#thebomb.com. But okay, hold on. I do need to click the button that says do not click this button. That does need to happen, and we will see. Okay, it does take you to notthebomb.com. I feel like I've been tricked. I feel like this is all a circle that's eating its own tail, or also a snake.
I want to buy this fanny pack, but nobody has ever bought it before.
You could be the first. Do you think you can actually buy it, or the entire website is a ruse?
Maybe they'll just take my money.
Maybe.
Add to cart.
Beckers, I have a video game idea. Are you familiar with The Bachelor?
Is this a bat game?
No, the Bachelor.
Bachelor. Okay, but Bachelor.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Have you watched the show?
Yes.
That's good.
Like ever? Yes.
That's good because I have not.
Oh.
I do know that there's a guy. There's some amount of girls. There's also the Bachelor.
This rose.
Yes, and there's a thing where he gives roses, and then some of them don't get roses.
And the people who don't get roses die.
Maybe, but I want to. Okay, so we're gonna make the Bachelor game. I'm sure that exists, but we're gonna do it better because that's our whole thing now. We take games and concepts that already exist and make them better.
And that's because everything already exists, and we have found that out in the course of this podcast.
Beckers, did you see my tweet from the other day?
I don't look at your tweets.
Okay, good. Mickey Mouse becomes public domain in 4 years.
No, it won't.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But as far as the current timeline, Mickey Mouse will be a public domain character available for anybody to craft a story with in the next 4 years.
I'm going to write a book about Mickey Mouse I'm going to write the book now, and I'm going to release it the day it becomes public domain.
That's good. I'm going to make a video game.
Okay.
I'm excited. I'm excited when Mr. Square Enix calls up the new Disney man and is like, "Hey, is it okay if Mickey Mouse just farts?" And I'd be like, actually, that's not really how we see the character. And be like, actually, we own him now. We all own Mickey Mouse. He's gonna do whatever we want. He's Mickey Mouse is gonna fart so much because I own Mickey Mouse now. And
get wrecked, kid.
yep, that's how it's gonna go. And if they don't do it, I'm gonna do it. Like 4 years from now, Mickey Mouse Farts, the game coming out. But I want to make a Bachelor game. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to that. Okay.
Is he the Bachelor? Is Mickey the Bachelor?
No, maybe. I don't know.
Does he have bat wings?
Why are you so focused on bat?
Because you haven't told me anything else about the game yet, so I'm sure it's about bats.
Okay. No, it's about Bachelor. We covered this. It's a TV show.
Bachelor. You keep saying that.
I hate you. So it's a show where a guy gets put in a building with a bunch of women. How many women do you think they start out with?
20.
20? That's a lot. Fine. That's okay. So
I'm pretty sure they lose like 4 on the first night. So.
Maybe. Okay, so guy, 20 women. He's looking for love, but also you, the player, and also you are the Bachelor, get informed the night before the competition. The police have found out a serial killer.
25.
That is more than I thought should be reasonable. That is too many.
Like I said, he cuts like 4 or 5 on the first night, so
just based on how fast they can run.
They go straight to the guillotine.
Gotta start up for.
He gets rid of all the uggos.
Like for first competition, do this obstacle course. Last 4, get the fuck out of here. You don't even need to finish. You already lost. Okay. Found out one of them is a serial killer. You need to figure out which one of them is a serial killer, and also you do need to find out which of them you're gonna love. Maybe they're the same person. You find out through a series of however the Bachelor plays out. I assume and maybe obstacle courses.
Definitely.
Okay. So we need to figure out.
Also, beer pong.
Is that a thing that happened?
Yes.
Oh yeah. We need to figure out a way that you can A, identify the love of your life, and also B, identify a serial killer. And they need to be the same thing because you've only got so many dates, and you apparently get to burn through these 25 women real fast. Okay.
And the serial killer is a vampire that can turn into a bat.
Stop saying bat. It's not gonna be part of this one. Okay. So here's the deal. You can't cut the serial killer because if you cut them, then they can go back on their serial killer.
Then they'll cut you.
Yep, that's okay. I think
that's better.
I was thinking it might work best if they're like a Black Widow serial killer type deal, so that way if you pick them to settle down with, you get murdered. But you can't cut them because then they'll go back to murdering. So you need to keep them on the line till the last 2. Then you need to be like, okay, you're the one I'm gonna marry. You're going to jail. And you gotta make sure it's right. So, you need to figure out who's the serial killer through dating. How? What do you do? What questions do you ask? What kind of skits?
What's your favorite kind of knife? Trick question. If they have one, that's suspicious.
Okay, cooking? Could you maybe learn if they're good at murder through cooking? I know that we're making pork, but if this was a human, do you think you'd be able to carve that? Would you be good at that as well?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But also, you can't let them figure out that you are trying to sleuth them out because then they will stab you.
Does a serial killer really want to date you? Like, are they here because they genuinely want to find love?
No,
but they can't help the fact that they're going to kill you?
No, they are hiding from the law on the TV show.
So they don't care about finding love. They just want to be there.
Yeah, they're just figured this is a place to hang out while the cops are looking for them.
Yeah. Could have gone to like the beach or somewhere else, but they went to The Bachelor.
Yeah.
They went on TV.
I mean,
from
No one suspects to check the Bachelor for a serial killer.
Where is she? Guess I won't watch TV because I'm still looking.
I mean,
perfect plan.
To be clear, they don't know what she looks like. They just know that there is a serial killer. They've tracked the clues to like, it looks like her footsteps have gone into the Bachelor audition location. And we have reason to believe that she's on the show. It doesn't matter. You are the Bachelor. You've been said, hey, the show people are like, hey, you need to find true love. The detective people come up the night before and be like, hey, there's a murderer there. You also need to find them. And so you need to complete both these goals.
In order to prevent yourself from being a bat forever.
Fine. God damn it, Vegas. Fine. Please just tell me what dates are available in The Bachelor, because you claim to have seen a bear pong thing happen.
I've seen so many dates on The Bachelor. They can go horseback riding.
Okay.
Sometimes they play paintball.
That one would be very good, maybe. If you're good at paintballing.
Shooting people?
Yeah.
Yeah. I made it up, but
I'll take it.
That would be good though, huh? Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's an option.
What? Okay, so they are a serial killer, right? So you know how they've killed their victims in the past. I feel like we could tailor the dates around how they've previously killed their victims.
Sure. Yeah. You've got a dossier, and I think maybe there'll be a few different like serial killers in there, so you can replay it. It's got some replay value. Maybe we got a Black Widow in there. Maybe we gotta just shoot him up, a bank shooter.
Maybe we got Knifey Susan.
Yeah.
Maybe we got Poison Pam.
Yep, but their names are not Susan or Pam, because that would make it real easy to sleuth them out.
Well, they all are. Sometimes Pam is a poisoner. Sometimes she's just Pam.
Yep, from The Office.
Yeah, and she could have been your America's sweetheart.
Yep.
You know?
I think it's always the same 25 girls, but we've got 25 potential serial killer options.
Now we are talking. There's one of them who always kills somebody by like strangling them. And that's going to be strangling Sarah.
Okay. There's a game, and also they made an anime where these people are in a high school and there's murder.
Yeah, Danganronpa.
Yep, Danganronpa. It's that.
We've already talked about that before in a different video, I think.
It's potential.
We have looped around to all games that have ever been made by this point, so
we can make that an aspect in some way.
Okay, so you go to a paintball course to find out if it's Machine Gun Kelly. That's a good one. Then you could go swimming because one of them always drowns their victims.
Okay, so is it
whoever holds their breath the longest? That's it.
So if they're just good at holding their breath, then you're like, that's the killer?
No, I mean, you go on different dates.
Okay, that's fine. But maybe you also want the love of your life to be able to hold their breath good. Because you do
then why don't you just marry the serial killer?
You do also need to sleuth out who's going to be your true love.
Right.
Because if you get to the end of the game and you know who the serial killer is, but you're stuck with a bad lady, then you lose.
So maybe you have to mix in your own interests with the types of games that also root out the serial killer. So instead of doing paintball, you do laser tag, because laser tag is really fun and great. And if you find somebody else who really likes laser tag but doesn't like suspiciously like it, then maybe that's the one for you.
Like they lasered some people to death.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this laser tag. I'm just really.
No, you don't understand. I really like laser tag, and you're like, okay.
I like it when I shoot them and then they can't shoot.
It's
when they have to just stop
that
moving. I don't know how laser tag.
Your name's also Linda.
Yep.
I think you're Laser Linda.
Yeah.
The outlaw.
If they're
I don't know.
if their name ever this one kills people through hockey, and her name's Harriet, and there's one of those named Harriet. It's her, because Beckers did help make this game, and she just has to fucking make it.
I really just wanted to focus on the dating part. I wanted to get that serial killer part out of the way, because I just really, really like The Bachelor. I didn't want to turn into a bat at the end of this game. So.
Okay. That's all I wanted it to be a cool game where you had to figure out how to find your true love while also finding out who's the murderer.
Experimenting Eileen. And that could be the love of your life or the serial killer.
And
wink, wink.
And they killed how?
By performing experiments
of
some kind.
Like
dissecting a frog. I don't know, but a person.
And here's the spleen and Yep, that's my stabbing deal. Please tell me your game idea so that we can move on, because I thought I'd craft great things, but then Beckers wouldn't tell me about
what are you talking?
Cool question. What's a cool question you could ask that would both tell you who would be the love of your life and also that would identify a serial killer?
Well, if one of them can only tell the truth and one of them only tells lies, then you can always say, "What's the other one gonna tell me?"
I've never understood how that works. It confuses me every goddamn time.
Well, you're supposed to say, which path will the other person tell you to go to?
But Beckers, I've said this before. I'm pretty sure I've said this before, and I'll say it 19 million times. The way that you figure out which one's telling the truth is that's the one who explained the rules to you, because otherwise, if they weren't the one that tells the truth, then they're just fucking making shit up and it doesn't really matter.
Well, here's the deal.
Unless it was written on a piece of paper next to them.
What if neither of them want you to move on? He can tell the truth, but he can still be like, I don't want you to figure out where to go, so yes. I'm not going to tell you which way to go. And then...
But that if one of them has to tell the truth and the other one, or if one of them always tells the truth and the other one always lies, then the one who explained the rules is the one that tells the truth, because the other one would lie about how to play the game. And then you ask him, where do I go? Because he's the one who tells the truth.
Oh my God. Maybe it's not told by one of them. It's written on a plaque.
Okay, then in
front of the strange area with two paths and two burrows.
Then you ask them if you'll ever find true love, and if they say yes, then you just hang out, and eventually love will show up and save you. If they say no, then who cares? Your life's over.
Or you'll fly off into the night like a bat.
Why? Beckers, what's your game idea?
Okay, my game idea is a submission. It's from Isaac.
Do it good.
I did the same thing last time he submitted something. I don't know if it's Parrot or Perot, but his first name's Isaac, and he's on Twitter. Isaac Parrot. Perot.
I would sooner go with Perot.
Perot. We're gonna play this game.
I'm excited.
It's called Who's Your Baby? You play as a dad that has to find his baby, but it's hard because all babies look the same. And before we start, Bryce, why is the baby missing? Go.
Because you left it with a bad babysitter, and it's the bad babysitter in New York movies.
And now you've got just a crowd of 60 babies, and you got to figure out which one's your baby. That's how.
Adventures in babysitting.
Step 1, leave baby with bad babysitter. Step 2, question. Step 3, you're in a room full of 100 babies. Which one's your baby? Profit.
It's a daycare, and all the daycare workers decided that they don't like daycare. or babies.
And there's 100 babies.
Yep.
All right, so how can you identify your baby versus all the other babies when nobody knows whose baby is whose baby?
Yep. To write baby on their feet, like Woody has.
There's a lot of things you could do beforehand to prepare for this. You could write baby on your baby's feet. You could teach your baby tricks.
You could,
you could teach them to hit a jukebox and turn it on.
You could
poop in the shape of a triangle.
You could give your baby a debilitating scar so you can identify them more easily.
Like around their mouth, like the Joker. But somebody else already thought of that, so there's going to be at least 2 of them like that, probably. That's kind of messed up, Bryce.
What? Okay.
Yeah, so all of this stuff is just a word of advice. Go ahead and disfigure your baby now, because if this ever happens, you're going to need to figure out who your baby is.
Get your baby a tattoo.
Is this illegal? I feel like this might be illegal to tell people this.
I mean, I feel like anything we say on this podcast could and should be illegal.
Okay, get your baby a tattoo, a butterfly tattoo, a tramp stamp. And you know what? It's got to be unique. So instead, just tattoo a password on your baby. A username and password on your baby's back.
Put a QR code on there.
There has to be at least 1 capital, 1 lowercase letter. It's got to be at least 8 characters long. It can't be a word, and there's got to be a number and a symbol.
Also, the chips that they put in amiibos that make the Mario appear in the video game.
You could microchip your baby like a dog.
Yep, and then you can put them next to your Nintendo Switch and see if Mario shows up, and then that's your baby.
Oh my God. And you could name your baby Mario and it would be like extra good.
Yes.
Okay. That's actually awesome.
Gamiibos coming back for babies.
Don't give me a kid because that's what I would do to it.
We'd name it Mario and
I put chips in my dogs already. You think I wouldn't do it to my kid?
I mean,
I have another feeling that I may have crossed into illegal.
I think that's the thing that already exists and that people do. So I think
microchipping your baby.
I'm 90% sure that that's a thing that you can do. Put GPS tags in all the cool places. If you stick a GPS device up your butt, will it stay?
Not everything that goes up there comes out.
Okay.
You wouldn't believe what I've lost up there. I'm just kidding. I couldn't. Oh, I was too embarrassed to keep that one in there.
Put a magnet up your baby, and then you can wave another magnet nearby, and your baby will come to you.
Bonus, your baby will never lose their car keys when they grow up.
Because they'll just be stuck to their stomach. Or
the downside, they can't metabolize iron containing food.
Or own a cell phone.
Well, yeah.
Also, they've got a magnet in their butt.
Maybe once your baby can talk and knows who you are, you can take the magnet up their butt out.
If you can find it.
Train your baby to poop out magnets.
One magnet. It's like in Princess Bride when he became immune to the iocane powder. He's like, "How'd you do it?" And be like, "Well, I've been eating a little bit of iocane powder all my life, so actually I'm very good at it now." So do that with magnets.
Yeah. Exactly. So all of these are proactive. You have to do this before you lose your baby.
Okay. So assuming that you're just in a room full of babies, maybe it's your first. Are we assuming that you've had your baby for maybe a little bit? Maybe you've identified some characteristics.
All babies are exactly 3 months old.
Okay, I was wondering if maybe you just had a baby and the nurse was like, "Hey, go to the baby room and go get your baby. We're not going to do it. You have to go grab your baby."
Scene change. It's a nursery. Nobody knows whose baby's who. They're all brand new. They all have that squash face going on. So you have to tattoo your baby as soon as it comes out. It's already crying. You might as well just get it over with.
Yeah.
Rub some dirt in it. Kid needs to grow up sometime.
Can you just pick the cutest baby?
Like, yeah, but that's not the point of the game, is it?
When nobody knows which baby is whose, aren't all babies yours? Isn't the baby
It's like Schrodinger's baby. Like, does it really matter if you get your own baby back? Because it's a blank slate anyway.
Yeah.
You might as well just pick a good one.
Isn't the baby you love the most your baby?
Oh my gosh, you're right. And honestly, anybody who says otherwise is an asshole.
Yep.
Because that would just invalidate adoption. So
it's kind of a
problem solved. This game's actually like over because you can just pick a baby.
Open source adoption.
Yeah. So the last person to pick up their baby just like gets one.
Yeah. So then it's just kind of a race.
Yeah, so now it's a race to get the best baby. So you got to be knocking over IV poles.
Why are there IV poles in the nursery?
Well, there's IV poles in the mom's room. Because they pumped her full of drugs. But while she was she was pumping out a baby.
Is everybody starting in the room with their mother, with the mother, and they all have to get to the nursery, get the baby, and bring it back?
Right. And the room closest to the nursery door has an advantage. So you have to pay more for that room for the baby races.
Yep.
This is going to be just an accepted part of society now.
Does the fact that maybe some people have different skin colors affect the baby race?
It does. It actually completely changes the baby's race. So
okay. We're just gonna we're just gonna make all things acceptable.
Well,
also,
I mean, at this point, you're not sure you're getting your baby. Just grab whatever baby you want. Who cares?
Also,
you're not going to get you're the one you pushed out anyway, so you might as well just pick any one of them. Yep. It doesn't matter.
Pick the one wearing sunglasses. You know that one's going to come out to be the Fonz when it grows older.
Perfect. Exactly. Pick the one with the extra toes because they'll probably be really good at rock climbing.
Is that a thing?
Which part?
All of it.
Yes, babies can have extra toes.
Yeah, the other part.
No, it doesn't make them better at rock climbing because most people don't do that barefoot.
What about the ones that do?
The ones that do? It depends if there's a bone in the toe or not. Usually there is, I guess, but I don't think it's got like proper musculature, so it probably doesn't really help.
What about web toes?
Web toes make them really good at swimming. That's actually legit. So, if you're a swimmer, look for the baby with web toes. But you don't have a lot of time. You got to pick fast.
Yep.
Or, someone else is going to find the web-toed baby first. Or you won't find the web-toed baby at all, and you'll just have to pick another one. And it'll be a really short one. And you also like basketball, and it'll be over for you.
Okay. And then in 18 years, so you pick your baby. Then in 18 years, there's a baby anniversary party where everybody who had the baby at the same time meets up and they all have a competition to see who had the best baby.
And they all mingle and they'll be like, "Hey, I think you were my baby." Isn't that funny? Yeah, I could have grabbed you, but I picked that one instead. My bad. And they like clearly picked a baby that very obviously wasn't their baby. So like
I mean, I think we have already decided that whatever baby they picked is their baby.
That's
because
true.
They loved it the most. So
you're correct. My bad. I didn't mean to be bigoted. I'm sorry.
Okay. But you do need to make sure your baby will win the baby competition, or else you won't get to have another baby.
And it's going to be a series of events. It's going to include basketball, swimming, rock climbing, running, math.
Have you watched the hit
Driving
movie?
a car.
Have you watched the hit movie Heavyweights?
No.
You need to
Do
watch.
I look like someone who would watch that?
I would hope that you were a lady of class and excellence. Did you know it starred both the guy Keenan Thompson, the one that's on SNL, and also he was
Keenan and Kel?
not both of them, just the one that's better. He's on SNL. He was on. I mean, both of them were on all that. One of them was
the
on
skinny one or the not skinny one?
Not the skinny one.
Okay.
Yeah. He was in.
He is the better one, I think.
He was.
I don't remember which is which.
It's a movie called Heavyweights.
Oh. Fair enough.
It's about kids that were sent to a fat camp, and also the guy who is a comedian was there, and he's the counselor. He was.
Well, there's only one of those.
He was in Dodgeball. He was the bad guy in Dodgeball.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Anyway, the point of this story is that ends with a competition between the kids from the fat camp and the kids from Fancy Boy camp. And they have to do a series of challenges and riddles. One of them's like a smart school. Like you have to go and say like, who was name 5 U.S. vice presidents. Do it, Beckers.
I'm a vice president.
Okay, that's one.
Beckers.
Okay.
Biden.
Yep. Okay, got 2.
Rachel was a vice president. My friend Rachel
Okay.
was one.
I'll give you 3 because I don't think you can get 2 more.
That's like really mean.
You reach for Rachel for your 3rd one. So yeah, I think you maybe can't get 2 more.
Shit.
So, if anyone's keeping score, Beckers would not win the competition at the end of the movie Heavyweights.
My parents picked the wrong baby.
I think there was like a sack race, and I know it ended in a.
You're a sack.
I know it ended in a go-kart race because there was a whole thing about they took apart the go-karts and the kid was really looking forward to the go-karts. Everybody go watch the movie Heavyweights. It's a classic and everybody needs to watch it more.
And then after you watch it, you can come back here and then you will finally enjoy this joke.
Yes. It's about how it should be all of these things where you go on the go-karts and then also there's
okay, so we get it. It's going to be an obstacle course.
Yeah.
The baby reunion.
Yeah. That's what I'm going for.
Babies.
So, who's your baby?
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 Who's your baby? I think it's a good game.
Okay.
I think I made some good games today. Actually.
Did we?
That never happens.
I think I don't know.
I liked the baby game. I liked the Bachelor too.
Did you?
I did.
Okay.
I think I liked Who's Your Baby the most.
I think I'd be willing for Who's Your Baby to be the baby that we baby.
Who's your baby? Who's your baby?
Who's Your Baby will be our baby.
Aw, our game baby.
Yep. Okay, this brings us to the end of the podcast where Beckers says her URLs.
Thebomb.com.
See that now we are legally required to leave that in because you've referenced it once again. And also, I think that part of the podcast was actually very good. I enjoyed the part where we explored thebomb.com as part of this video game podcast.
Hopefully somebody else does, because now it's committed. I'm at Twitch with Dr. Beckers with an S and at Twitter with Dr. Beckers with a Z. I'm again considering changing it, so who knows if this will become a relic of the past that ends up being a lie.
Please don't be lol Beckers.
Hey, Bryce. Suck my dick.
Did you try being Doc Beckers? DOC.
That's stupid.
Okay.
Maybe that's not. I'll look into it.
Did you try being Doc Beck?
I don't want that. Doc Ock. Doc Bach. I'll rebrand.
And
then I'll be a chicken. Doc Bach.
Did you try seeing if Doc Ock is available?
Stop.
Okay.
You know that's not available.
You can find me on Twitter. I would love to meet the person who is Doc Ock on Twitch. That would be intriguing.
They probably don't use their channel because all the people with the best names don't use their channel.
Wow. Is that why you use... No, you don't use your channel. Haha. Twitter.com/LastGeekPlays. No, both of them. I'll accept both because I own them both and I know how to do my branding. You can also follow GameMate Corp on Twitter. That's also a Twitter account that I use.
Feelings.
Where do you keep them? I would like to see them one day.
Under my bed. That's where they belong and they can't bother me.
Okay. You can follow me on Instagram at Last Geek Plays. You can follow me on Facebook.com/LastGeek, where you can go and there's a Facebook event for the Last Geek Extra Life stream, October 17th. Becker's will be there. She hasn't said she will, but I just did, and that's actually legally binding. Because podcasts are contracts.
Tell me if you would drive like 15 hours in a day.
I feel like every time you say the distance, it's bigger.
No, but for real, it's like 18 hours to drive in a weekend. I don't want to do that.
I don't think that's factual.
It's factual. You have to count in the nap. Because I'll need one, because otherwise I will drive off the road because I can't drive that much.
We'll figure it out. But you should come to you should watch the event. Becker's might be there.
Won't.
The lastgeek.com is the URL for the website, and that is all the things that I have to say to you today, except Becker's is gonna say one last thing.
My favorite color is green. And remember, have fun.
Bye.